up, Whatty Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Kingdom Chapter 489, and oh my god, last week, Sei was fucking awesome. I love what Sei said to the King of Ki, and there's been mad respect between them, and I definitely understand the King of Ki's way of thinking, that if Sei decides to just be a total dictator and not give the laws, the power of the, give power to the people when it comes to running the country, then he said that we're not going to fucking surrender to you. We're going to form the coalition war again and come after you. So, mad respect for the King of Ki, and damn, Sei, even Sei gave his respect to the King of Ki. It was mad respect. But anyway, let's see where we're going to go with this chapter. Here we go. Oh, Shui Boken, of course Shui Boken's fucking flip it out. So something absolutely unbelievable has just occurred. Granted, not by any stretch of the imagination could this meeting be viewed as official, but the eastern state of Ki, which we expected to pose a troublesome threat, simply from listening to our king's words, has practically declared that they will be willing to surrender to us. And Sire seems to have accepted it too, which means that without need to spill even a single drop of blood, we've managed to subdue one of the 6 states. His conviction fostered by the roar of the azure sky. Oh man, Saitaku's pride. This is what the chapter is called, Saitaku's pride. Uh-oh. I now understand why Saitaku went to the lengths he did to bring your majesty all the way here to Kanyo. Though that's true, something on this scale is. Naturally, I'm grateful to the Ki King for making this trip, but I would also like to thank you, Saitaku. That you achieved all this by yourself is amazing. Don't celebrate too soon, your majesty. That's what Shui Bucket said. Or, no. Yeah. For not only is this agreement between us purely verbal, as I said earlier, if your attitude were to change at any point in the future, then you can expect Ki to oppose you with all our might. Yes! Thank you for reiterating that. That is important. But until that time comes, Ki shall sit on the sidelines, content to simply observe all of your battles. I love it. I love this. The mere fact that Ki shall not be urging on the 3 states from behind is enough to save 100,000 kin soldiers' lives. See? Sei knows. Sei knows. That is true. In which case, your majesty truly should thank Saitaku. It is this old man who should be thanking you, sire. Embarrassingly, I was once the very same, though from a different vantage point from His Majesty, the King of Ki. Excuse me. Yeah, there was a time in my life where this foolish man also sought a path that could direct this world we live in. But as the years passed, I had also given up. I was convinced that such a path could not possibly exist. But then it was you. But then, sire, it was you. He's looking at Sei now. You during your bait with Ryufui in the city of Yu, who let me see the light. Those words you spoke shook me to my very core. At that moment, from the bottom of my heart, I thank the heavens for letting me live as long as I have. Saitaku-sama. However, whether it be your path of light, or a world, even with a world without warfare, if you are not able to bring them into fruition, then they will be nothing more than the foolish ramblings of a child. Ooh, Saitaku! Saitaku is oh man, Saitaku is challenging you now, Sei. Sei says, and even Sei knows it! You are completely correct! Sei acknowledged that shit! I'm glad that Sei didn't challenge it, because Sei knows that, like, what he's saying is gonna be hard. He's accepting it, and he's not rambling. He's not all talk. He's backing this shit up, unlike a lot of other, certain people I can think of. He's backing this shit up. The unification of these lands. Does Sire know what the single biggest obstacle is that stands in the way of making that dream a reality? I do. It is Raboku! Yeah, that fucking bastard Raboku! That stupid troll bastard Raboku is in our way. He's going to be the single biggest obstacle because Sei is a troll in itself. Sei is a troll. But Raboku, whew, Riboku's a fucking troll too. Like, this is gonna be a war of trolls between, like, when it comes to strategy, it's gonna be a war of trolls between Riboku and Sei. It's gonna be really intense. Oh, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this war. It's gonna be so good. None other. Riboku is, squeeze. Oh man, it looks like Saitaku's gonna die. Oh, poor Saitaku. If it is Riboku, then allow me to share some insight. Riboku's gaze has constantly been turned westwards towards Kin. In a way, you could say Ki has spent many years looking at Zhao and Riboku's backs. And while Kin may have emerged victorious at Kokoyu recently, from our view behind Zhao, our impression is that Riboku does not yet feel pressured. He still has something up his sleeve, and we are unable to perceive what exactly that hidden factor may be. Riboku of Zhao's three great heavens is without a doubt a far greater foe than Kin may have given him credit for. Oh, Kin King. Even more so than we expected? Oh, man! The fucking... the troll... one of the three trolls of heaven. Even more... as the man who slew Owiki and Duke Hayo, I am completely aware that Riboku is a monster who is not to be underestimated, and I am even more aware that if we cannot defeat him, then bringing down the 6 states will forever remain a dream. But the great generals of Kin from this point on shall without a doubt be the ones to slay him. Shin better be the one to slay Riboku's ass. Shin is gonna. It's either gonna be. This is who I think is gonna slay Riboku. It's either gonna be Shin, or it's going to be Kanki. Shin or Kanki are going to be, those two are going to be the ones, it's going to be one of those two that will slay him, because Kanki, we know Kanki is a fucking troll. He is the troll god of war. That's Kanki. But Shin has been stepping up his game. Shin has been getting up there. He is kicking so much ass. And I could see Shin, because Shin has, I think Shin fought Riboku a while ago, and he wasn't up to snuff. But I think now, especially since he is able to handle Owiki's glaive, I think he might be able to handle it. I think he could do it. I honestly think Shin can do it. But Kanki, I think Kanki could. Right now, Kanki could totally destroy Riboku. I could see Kanki destroying Riboku. Shin, I think he might be able to as well, but it depends. We have to see a little bit more. We have to see a little bit more from Shin. But anyway, then there's nothing more that needs to be said. You should go, King of Kin. That very same Riboku awaits you right now within the main hall. Making him wait too long may cause him to realize the importance of our discussion, and would definitely not be a very good idea. Oh God, sire. I am most grateful for your offer, your majesty. Please excuse me. We shall reconvene at the evening banquet. This way, sire. Your majesty. May fortune bless you with its presence. Thank you. I'm off then, Saitaku. He really does possess a certain something, doesn't he, Saitaku? It's just as you said. He is a king that appears only once every 1,000 years. Damn straight! Sei is boss, man. Granted, I may allow myself I may have allowed myself to indulge you in your persistence, but it doesn't take away from that fact you facilitated this meeting between us. If it's him, then perhaps he really can make that vision a reality, the sort of world that both of us yearned for. Saitaku? Oh no, it would seem your final piece of work is truly one of your greatest yet. Saitaku. Going by the records of the grand historian, Saitaku, or Kalzi, was born in Yan and wandered throughout the lands before arriving at Kin. After besting the Kin Chancellor in a battle of wits, he succeeded the position. He would go on to serve 4 generations of Kin Kings, culminating in El Sei, achieving a level of prestige that was rare even in his homeland of Yan. So cold. How long ago did you run out of time, Saitaku? Sleep. So that's why, I had a feeling Saitaku was dying with those, because we saw those squeeze is in there. But oh man, sleep well, friend. Many times in the past, you aided me in times of need. Lord Gangcheng Saitaku passes away. I shall take the responsibility and watch over these events to their conclusions. see. What's the matter, sire? Nothing. Let us hurry, your majesty. Roboku awaits us. Oh, man. Like, this chapter was, especially with Saitaku dying, like, this was Saitaku, because we found out from the King of Ki, because the King of Ki and Saitaku, we learned in the past, they have a really close relationship. They do. They're really close. And the fact that they said that, this was all Saitaku's idea for, I kind of figured this was Saitaku's idea for the King of Ki and Ensei to meet and to have this kind of alliance, because Saitaku believes in Sei's vision, and Saitaku believes in Saitaku and Ki and the King of Ki have the same kind of dream, and which is basically what Sei's vision is. It makes sense. And Saitaku was able to die knowing that the King of Ki and is going to help Sei make their dream a reality. It's really, and man, and as the King of Ki said, this was Saitaku's final mission. This is what he wanted to do. This was his final mission, was to make sure that his dream lived on in someone else. And that's why he wanted to make sure that the King of Ki and Sei had this treaty going on. But, oh my god, I feel like this is Saitaku's will. Or this is Saitaku's last wish. This is what I feel like it is. It's Saitaku's last wish. And I really like this chapter. And especially, now we know, and I think was it Saitaku who talked about? Let me just double check. And we learned about Saitaku's life, too. And Saitaku not only, mentioned his life story, he also said who their biggest obstacle is Roboku. And I wonder, and I'm really curious, like, why bring Roboku there? So, do you think it's because he wanted, Saitaku wanted Sei to face his biggest obstacle before he could continue on unifying China and achieving their dream? I'm curious. I feel like this is Saitaku's last wish, his final wishes. But I'm so sad. Part of me is sad, and part of me is just like, wow. Saitaku is amazing. What he did, what we've seen him do throughout Kingdom. Like, he was the one who saved Sei's ass. So, anyway, I'd love to know what you nerdigans thought of this chapter. What do you nerdigans think about what Saitaku, the purpose of Saitaku bringing the King of Ki there was? Do you think this was his main reason why? Was this so, because he knew, do you think Saitaku knew he was dying and he wanted to make sure that he didn't want to leave Sei diplomatically fucked? He wanted to make sure Sei was had at least one ally, which that's what I'm thinking. At least one ally, and also know who the real enemy is and have a real grasp of the situation before continuing on? Or do you think it's something else? That's what I think it is. But anyway, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Also, if you want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion, there's a couple ways you can do that. You can either donate to the Nerdigans Inc. Patreon or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. Both links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twits, aka Twitter, Twitch, friend me on PlayStation Network, and all that. And until next time, Nerdigans, next week is going to be a war of the trolls. War of the words between Roboku and Sei. Oh man, this is going to be so good next week. Anyway, until next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.